Okay, let's come back to continue with Unit 9 Management. Like I say, for Management Unit, this unit is about how to manage. Okay, manage what? Manage the people, manage the financial, okay, and manage the resources, okay, sumber, okay, resources. So when we talk about management, we are actually talking about many different types of management thing. Huh? Okay, so in this topic management is to tell you the basic. So the next topic about financial management, dia memang perlu pelancangan. Okay, for example, in management, we talk about planning. So we talk about organizing, reading, and controlling. So when we talk about financial management, still we need to start with planning first. Okay, so when we talk about human resources, we also have to plan, okay, merancang penggunaan sumber manusia. We have to plan the planning of the use of money, the planning how to use the resources. So for this topic, management, okay, you have to know the functions of management. There are 4 functions. So we call it POLC. Okay. So in this topic, you have this unit, you need to know the 4 management functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. And you know the challenge faced by the manager in the 21st century. However, for today, I cannot finish all the four functions. I can't finish all the 4 functions, so I will only explain about planning today. Yeah? So I will continue with the topic after you come back the week later. Okay, so when we talk about business management, you need to understand 2 very important concepts. 2 terms are very important. First, about the term management. What is management? Management is a process that involves the use of existing resources to achieve the organizational objectives or goal. So, process here refers to any activities or any things that we do to use the resources that we have. Like I say, human resources, sumber manusia, other types of resources, money, financial, and even our workers, all these are under management. Okay, to achieve the objectives of the company, the organization. So management is not only for business. It is also important for organization that is not for business, like education, like universities, like pertubuhan, WHO, and other types of organizations such as the government. So business management here refers to activities, economic activities that involve continuous production and distribution of goods and services that can satisfy the needs of the customers. So for this topic, I am focusing on the management of the business itself. So before we continue, let's look at the facts and figures. So there are thousands of tens of thousands of new enterprise that start every year. Even after the MCO also, you can see many companies start. Even though many companies closed down because of the pandemic, but still you can see many shops coming up. Okay, people set up new companies, new business. So at the same time, remember there are companies who success. That means they can survive, they can continue to do the business for a long time. And there are companies who fail, companies that are fail. So this is something that actually can be avoided. Okay, we try to avoid the fail. We hope that all the companies that we set up will be success in some way. So some very successful, from small they become medium business and grow to be a very, very large organization, corporation, nationally, and globally. So companies like, for example, you can see these are examples overseas, and of course, Dell, electronics, body shops. All these are from small to be big. Okay, and we have many local companies as well. Also start to grow to become bigger and bigger. So all these companies grew from small beginnings, okay, due to the drive and patience of the entrepreneurs. So entrepreneur is one of the very key important people to make sure that the company who can survive and commit to create something valuable from the very little. So why some companies fail? Some companies fail. Part of it is the managerial function. Another reason it might be the operative function. So that's why a good management will allow the company will survive. Okay, and operation most of the time refers to activities to produce the things or activities to come up with the service for sale. Okay, operasi lah, iaitu pengeluaran produk atau penyediaan perkhidmatan. So we refers to operation. So a good management actually not only help the company to survive, they also make sure the company operate and in the best way. Okay, beroperasi dengan baik. Okay, dengan efficient, dengan effective. So good management and operation can help to avoid failure. So management actually will help to reduce the problem in managerial function and problems in operative function, operational. Okay, so like I say, we have 4 management functions here. The first is planning. Planning is the process of setting goals and formulating organizational activities, strategies that need to be done to achieve the goal. Okay, so today we are looking at planning. While organizing is to arrange the tasks, people, and other resources to accomplish the goal. Menyusun lah, in another word. Okay, we give we arrange. Okay, menyusun. And leading, influencing others to engage in the work behavior necessary to reach organizational goal. Okay, kepimpinan. And controlling, measuring. Okay, measuring, controlling in another word is measuring the performance and to take action if the performance is not good enough. How about if the performance is very good? So we have to appraise. Okay, kalau performance bagus, you can appraise them lah. Okay, but if the performance is not good, then you have to take action to improve it. That's the purpose of control. Tawaran. Okay, so planning, perancangan, like what you have to in your PMC report, laporan PMC Anda, actually you are planning. You are doing your planning. Okay, so in planning, this is the process of setting up goals and formulating organizational objectives, activities that needs to be done to achieve that goal. Okay, so in planning, there are 2 components here. You can see here. First, you set the goals. Okay, goals. When I say the goals, it means including the mission, vision, and objectives. Okay, lah. Jadi, pastikanlah semasa kamu sediakan e-portfolio Anda, okay, you must have vision, mission, and objectives in your e-portfolio, in your website, in your website. And then the second part of planning is you plan the strategies, you plan the actions, you plan the activities to achieve the objectives. So that's why I say PMC report is actually part of your planning. Okay, it's actually part of your planning because in PMC mostly you talk about strategies, you talk about planning, activities only, but you didn't mention about vision, mission, and objective. So you have to also plan for that. So when you set an objective, remember, I think I already tell you all in the WhatsApp that in the final report that we will look at the sales performance of each individual. We count by ringgit. Each individual, you set your target as 200 ringgit. Kalau ada 5 orang ahli, you have 5 members, that means that you have to set 1,000 ringgit as your objectives. If you have more than that, you have 6 members, then 6 times 200 as your objective of sales. Sales, not profit. Apa perbezaan antara jualan dan profit? Keuntungan ialah profit. We talk about sales first. Sales, jualan. Sales is how much money you sell. For example, one product, 20 ringgit. You sell it at 20 ringgit. That is the price, right? This is your sales. Okay, jualan pada harga 20 ringgit. So the jualan is 20 ringgit is your sales. But profit is the sales minus the cost. Kalau lah harga jualan 20 ringgit, cost anda 15 ringgit, jadi keuntungan ialah 5 ringgit. Okay, saya tidak lihat or we are not focusing on the profit, but we want to look at your sales, jualan anda. Okay, jualan. So for planning part, we look at first, what is the purpose of planning or the importance of planning to the organization, to the management. First, you have to forecast the future. When you are doing planning, actually you are doing forecasting, kan? You are trying to predict what might happen in future. So you have to do SWOT analysis first. Remember, last unit 5. In unit 5, we mentioned about SWOT analysis SWOT, kan? So we talk about analyze the internal environments as well as analyze the external environment. Look at the internal and external environment, and you try to predict. Okay, you try to plan what to do with your marketing strategy, with your management. And second, able to face business uncertainties. Uncertainties ialah sesuatu di luar jangkaan, something that out of our expectation. Like before the year 2020, you never heard of the word like SOP. You never need to follow SOP. You never need to wear mask in the public. Okay, sebelum tahun 2020. So suddenly everything changed last year. So now we start a new norm, norma baru, new norm. So there are things that changing. These are the changes not only affect us. Remember, the businessman also affected. So they have to change also. Okay, bersedia untuk berubah. And then determine the business direction. So the purpose of planning, part of it is to set up the goal of the company, the objective lah. Apakah tujuan maklumat syarikat, the goal of the company. You set the vision, mission, and objectives. So actually you determine how the business should do. And next, positively affect other management functions. So like I say, when you plan well, then you can work well, then you have a better performance. So when you do planning, you actually not only plan for your people, you also plan for the activities you do, you plan for the operations, you plan for the financial resources, you plan for other resources, sumber. So, and at the same time, planning allow you to evaluate the company performance in future. So when we talk about planning, we have this, what we call strategic management planning process. Always remember, we have to know what happened now, our internal environment, okay, evaluate current internal, where is the internal? Okay, internal company. And then after that, we scan the external and into all the environments. So we look at our internal situation first. The first step. Second step is to scan the external environment. Then only we start to identify the strategy, what to do, the factors, what might affect. Okay, identify the factors, the strategy, what people doing, what can I do, and then now number 4, only you start to do. You define your new vision, mission, and goal. Normally, our vision will not change. Vision is for long term. Okay, you will say the vision is not for 2 years or 5 years, but the vision is for long term, maybe 20 years, 40 years. Okay, so we don't change the vision most of the time. We only change the goal, the objectives, and the strategies to achieve the vision, because the environment keep on changing, so our strategies must change. After that, we set the strategy for the corporate, for the business, for the functions, for everybody, and we implement the strategies. So when we do planning, actually planning is a way to motivate the staff to work. Okay, the way to motivate the staff to work, we have one system, we call it management by objective, MBO, management by objective. So it means that everybody will be managed by the KPI. Okay, pencapaian KPI individual. Okay, the pencapaian KPI individual. For example, setting the goal first. Okay, tetapkan maklumat. So everybody has a KPI. If you heard of KPI is P from performance index, or in another word, the objectives of individual and department and organization. So we have objective for individual, what to achieve every year. Okay, what to achieve every year. For example, for a lecturer, you working in UMS, for example, okay, 1 year you have to teach how many lecture, not only lecture, how many classes. Okay, 1 year you have to teach how many classes, like at least 4 classes, for example, okay, in a year. The second goal maybe is how many papers or articles, journals the lecturer have to write. Okay, let's say for at least one journal a year, contoh saja. And then after that, you have to work for the community surveys, one more. Okay. After that, what else? Maybe research, at least doing one research, and then doing at least one sekurang-kurangnya one conference presentation. Semua ini merupakan objektif, what to do. Okay, what to do. So these are the objectives that the staff have to do. For example, KPI have to do. Then the staff or the department like the faculty have to start to plan what action to do. For example, if you want your staff to have to know how to write paper, you have to give them training on writing the journals, articles. You need your staff to do community surveys. You have to plan for the community surveys dan sebagainya. So the planning. After that, review the activities that you do. After you plan, of course, you work, you do lah. And then review. And then you do collection. And if they are doing good, then you have to appraise. Like I say, appraise ialah memberi how to say, you agree with their performance. You have like best workers award, okay, best performance, best surveys award, those kind of appraisal. Sometimes people are given bonus for good achievement, bonus for something. Okay, so these are appraisal, and normally appraisal is once a year, sekali setahun, once a year. So we are not doing it every month or every half a year. Normally we do appraisal once a year. But for review you can do it in the middle. Like sometimes in June you do a review, the progress, how is the performance already. And then maybe another 3 months also. You can do it every 3 months for review up to the organization. Okay, so the whole planning process should start with the vision and mission statement at the top. Okay, vision, mission statement at the top. After that, we have strategic goals or plan. We plan for strategic goals. The strategic goals are the goal for the whole organization. Okay, objective untuk keseluruhan, the whole company. So this is long term, more than 1 year. Sometimes we have 5-year planning. Like we have UMS planning 2018 till 2022. For example, UMS planning something lah. Then this is not for the one or two people, but to the all the staff in the company. So who are doing this plan? Senior management, the top lah. Kalau di syarikat ialah CEO, general manager, pengarah, okay, they are doing this top planning. They plan this, and then this is long term. And then after that, we have a smaller plan, tactical plan, or smaller plan for the measure, division, department, or functions. Okay, jabatan-jabatan tertentu. So, katakan kita ada marketing department. So, marketing has to plan what they want to do. We might have operation or production. Production has to plan what they want to do. So this is tactical plan. So who is going to plan it? We call them middle manager. For example, pengurus pemasaran, marketing manager, financial manager, operation manager. They will plan for their department. So normally they will, based on the strategic plan, they will plan for their own department, 1 year planning. And then after that, we have lower management plan. So for small group, people, individual, we do our own small planning. Okay, so normally short-term planning, it might be 1 year or less than 1 year, operational planning. Okay, so let's take one example. Let's say we take one university, for example. The university wants to has a strategic goal to be a research university, for example, to do research. So this is the planning. 5 year plans to increase the research in the university. 5 years planning. So the top management already set this planning. Okay. After that, the department, every faculty has to set their own planning. For example, the faculty like science social, they have their planning, their own planning. Okay, what kind of research they want to do in the 5 years. But for faculty of science and technology, they have their own planning. Of course, research done by the science and technology faculty of science cannot be done by the social science. Cannot. You cannot do it, because one is science, another is science, social science. So you can do the same kind of research. So each department, each faculty will do their own planning. After that, they plan, these 5 years we have to do, let's say 10 different research. Okay. After that, we start to have operational planning. So we have one team. Okay, this team is one group or individual. They start to plan now. For my team, I want to plan this, I want to plan this, operational plan. Okay, so that is university. How about business? For example, for a big business, the business is to achieve, like, let's say 10% increase in sales in the next 3 years, 10% increase in sales. So that is the strategic plan by the CEO or GM or pengarah, whoever. After that, the middle manager, the marketing manager will say, I need to do more promotion. Okay, I need to do market research to do more promotions. But the operation manager will say, I need to come produce the new product based on what the customer want. Okay, operation kan, pengelolaan. So produce the new products. How about the finance? Finance must get ready the budget to do promotion, budget to do production. Okay, so budget. So every department will decide what to do, okay, in the coming 1 year. And how about the people underneath, okay, under the team? Okay, for example, the executive, the individual or the team, then they will say, okay, this month, bulan ini kita merancang untuk meningkatkan jualan sebanyak 1%. Okay, this month we increase by 1%. Or the first 3 months, we want to increase by 3%, for example, first 3 months. Okay, every month we want to do this and this and this. So this operation is very down to earth. In another word, they will have very detailed, sangat terperinci, memberitahu dengan terperinci apa yang perlu dilakukan setiap masa. So sometimes the planning is less than 1 year. So we just plan for 3 months or 1 month, what to do next, what to do next, what to do next. Okay, so that everybody in the department and individual know what to do. Okay, so we have example here. Strategic goals are the future, and as a whole, strategic plans are action step blueprint. Sometimes we call it blueprint. We call it long-term plan. Okay, tactical goals. This is the outcome that we must achieve within a year. Okay, so in this strategical plan, like I say, they will tell, okay, marketing plan, we have to increase the promotion, for example, but not very detailed until what to do next. But the operation plan, yes, action steps, actions, what to do next, with very specific result, like I say, 3% increment in sales within 3 months, for example. Okay, so when you set goals, a good goal should be smart, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Specific, okay, specific maksudnya straight to the point. Contohnya meningkatkan jualan, increase the sales. Very specific, you know, increase the sales. Measurable by 3%. Okay, boleh dikira by 3%. So 3% can be count. Okay, you can count it. And then attainable, boleh dicapai. So can it achieve 3% increase? Yes, it must be able to achieve. And realistic, okay. Sesuai kah? Boleh kah? Okay, realistic, Yes, realistic. And time bound, when? Okay, like I say, within 3 months. So a good goal or objective should tell you, should sound like this, example, increase the sales by 3%, within 3 months, for example. Our target is to increase the sales by 3% within 3 months. So specific, measurable, attainable, okay, can be achieved. You cannot say increase by 30% within 3 months. Tak mungkin kan? Tak mungkin tercapai. Realistic kah? Mungkin kah? Realistic, not realistic juga. Okay, so time bound within how many time, how much time given to achieve that. So when we do planning, remember, I keep on saying, we start from the top. So when we do planning, always remember our values first. Okay, values. Our values should affect our vision. So values means what are the ethics, what are the beliefs, kepercayaan kita, principle kita. Contohnya, our company is not a company that will take the advantage of the customer and the workers, for example. This is our value. Or the value of our company, contohnya, our product must be good for the environment. Okay, menjaga persekitaran. Okay, natural friendly, for example. Our product then must be suitable with my value. So we determine our value first. Nilai murni apa yang kita ingin tetapkan for our company. Then only we set our vision. Vision is our ambition and our hope. So this is very long term. Where are we going? What do we aspire to achieve? And then mission. Mission will tell you what do we do, who do we do it for, motivation and purpose. So mission akan memotivasikan, and then strategic objectives or strategic plan based on these objectives must be very specific. Okay, sangat spesifik, dia memberitahu apa yang perlu dilaksanakan. Okay, let's look at the example here. For example, telecom, to be a world-class telecommunication company providing total customer care. Ini vision dia. Okay, so the value that they show, they're trying to show is a good quality product lah. Kalau nampak from this example, they are trying to show that good quality product, because they say total customer care, customer value. So customer is important. The value here also say customer important. Okay, because say cost total customer care. World class, maksudnya kelas yang dunia ni kelas tinggi lah, good value and customer care, good take care of the customers. Okay, from mission we know the values. After that they set the mission. Mission, for example, provide customer satisfaction. As we strive to become a world-class telecommunication company, we will achieve this through developing people, products, and service. Okay, so that is our mission. All right, so you can see that mission will try to motivate you and give you more information. Bagaimana, how develop our people, our product, and our service. Okay, using of the best quality lah. Of course, this is the vision and mission set by them. Okay, but whether they achieve it or not, we don't know. Okay, you can ask them. Do you achieve that? Okay, like I say, before you plan for marketing, you have to do SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis, this topic we already explained in the unit 5. So I will skip this. So we go to directly to the problems or obstacles that you might be facing in planning. Okay, apakah masalah ataupun apakah halangan yang dihadapi? So the first is planning wasted managerial time. So kalau pengurus perlu membuat perancangan, banyak masa dibazirkan. So what can they do? Involve employees to do planning. So that's why I say, when we do planning for a simple planning like BMC report, BMC, business model canvas, also we need all the group members to do. Okay, why we do a group project, not an individual project? Because if a people has to do it himself, the whole planning, then it will take a lot of time. So it's better for him or her to do it in a group. So we divide the job and we do it together, the planning together. It will reduce the time. Second, unsuitability of plan due to changing environment. Sometimes, like I say, we plan the plan like 2018 until 2023. Okay, so the plan is before the environment suddenly change. So suddenly in the year 2020, the environment changed. So what should we do? We have to change. So the plans must be flexible and willing to change. Okay, mesti boleh diubah, boleh ditukar. And implement the plan might take a lot of time, leadership, and control. So when we look at this, remember to implement the plan also, it will need the effort of everybody. Okay, and the managers has a good leadership and good control to implement the plan. So for the planning, we will stop here.